Hello, friends, fans, and faithful readers and writers out there. My name is Robert Blanchard. I'm finally recording my new show. I'm sorry it took me so long. There's been a lot going on in life, in writing, and otherwise. But I won't bore you with that right now. I'm going to start with, I believe I talked on my last show that there was a vote going on um, my website, a vote going on for the font that's going to be on the front cover of The Roar of a Dragon, which is my book that I wrote. We published by Vale Books by the end of the year. So yeah, there was a vote on. I picked 4 fonts from a site that Tessa James had sent me. She's the account manager over there at Vale, and the vote went. It was very good. And also, the front cover is finished. It was painted by Max Cartwright. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to see it all put together. And Tessa just recently contacted me about the blurb content that'll be on the back. I'm going to write her a little something and then probably have someone look at it and see what they think. I also have a hand-drawn map that I did while I was writing the book. I'm going to send that to Tessa too and see what she wants to do with that. So maybe the readers will have a better idea of where everything is in this world that I have created. So yeah, I think that's it for the updates right now. Last time, I believe I talked about the main conflict in the story and the main plot, and some of the main characters. I talked about Aiden. I talked about Derek. So I think today I'll talk a little more about the characters. Maybe I'll start off with Iskandar. I don't think I talked very much about Iskandar the dragon, who is one of Aiden's closest friends. Of course, the idea for my story came about. I was inspired by the movie Dragonheart, which I love very much. It's one of my favorite movies. So if you think of Iskandar as like Draco in the movie Dragonheart, he's very similar to what that is, only probably younger. I don't know. But so yeah, that's where the idea came about, and it kind of blossomed from that, and it went on. Iskandar is very wise dragon. He's been watching over Aiden for 3,000 years after what happened to him in Delmar. So yeah, he feels very protective of Aiden because Aiden was nice to him, and dragons aren't used to humans being nice to them. They, some countries are dragon friendly, others are not so much. And Delmar was not a very dragon friendly country because Delmar was attacked by 3 dragons centuries ago. So yeah, that's the story with Delmar and dragons. But Iskandar finds this one human that's very nice to him, and helped him and saved his life. So Iskandar feels responsible for Aiden, especially after everything that happens. So he's very protective. I know there's a scene in the book that will punctuate that very, very well. Yeah, so Iskandar he'll basically follow Aiden everywhere. He's very, very loyal. And Aiden in the beginning doesn't quite understand this relationship, I don't think. But it comes together when he learns more of the truth and what happened and things like that. I think that's pretty much it for Iskandar. I mean, he's a blue scale dragon. He's got sea blue scales. He can morph into a human. Obviously, he's got ancient magical powers. Very powerful. But since everything's gone down with Aiden, he hasn't interacted very much with his own kind. I don't think you're going to see much of that in this story, but I think down the line, when I write some more of different series in this world and stuff like that, I think I will explore the relationship between Iskandar and his own kin that he does not communicate with anymore. So I think that's that. I think I'll move on to the character of Kira, the Queen of the Thieves. She's one of my favorite characters too. Yeah, Kate's Irish, and she likes Irish stuff and Celtic stuff, so I made a kind of Irish-based character. I made her a thief. She's kind of a thief. She's kind of like the Robin Hood type thief. You'll find out why later on. There's a story behind that. But Kira is very... she's very aristocratic, I guess, in her demeanor for a thief. She's very almost, I guess, stuck up and kind of snooty. but she's gained a reputation as probably being one of the best thieves in the land. That's why they call her the Queen of the Thieves. So the thieves listen to her. She can control all. She can control what happens and what goes on in each city with the thieves and stuff like that. She doesn't usually do much of that, but you know, she can. She has a lot of stroke, I guess, as you could say. But yeah, she's Kira. I can't think of what the name is off the top of my head as far as the meaning of the name, but the name Kira does have a meaning. The Dark Lady, things like that. Some of that's covered in the book too. She's an older lady. She's been around for quite a long time. She's very handy with a bow and with a couple of daggers. Obviously with stealth also. Being a thief, that's very natural. But she and Derek have a almost, I guess, older sister-brother kind of relationship, which is odd because Derek's a knight and she's a thief, but you know, there's a story behind that too. So she gets someone to help along on the journey, and she and Aiden don't get along because they have a little bit of history too. So Kira's basically there to help with infiltration stuff and you know, things like that. Yeah, I think Kira will play a central factor later on. She had a bigger hand in the longer manuscript version that I wrote, but I had to cut it down to be able to fit it in the story. So I think more of Kira will be covered in the next book, which I have been working on a great deal, the sequel. But yeah, I think you know, this whole group together trying to save the world is you know, it's a story that's been told a million times. And you know, I think I've tried to do what I can to make it as different as possible, but there's always so many ways you can tell the story. But I'm very happy with the way it's turned out. I think the book, I haven't had a release date yet. I think it's looking to be published by November. We're trying to get it out by the Christmas season, I think, is what's going on. But right now we're just working with the cover and the content. I have a copy of the manuscript now that just went through quality control at Romanvale Books, so I'm looking over that, and I have to send it back. I've made a few changes as I've gone along, and a lot of stuff that got cut out of the last manuscript is going to be put in the next book. So the next book already has over 50,000 words, so I think that'll be interesting to try to piece that together and you know, the ideas that are coming along in my head. So I'm very excited. So yeah, there's a lot more going on. There'll be more characters that are introduced in the next book, but obviously we got to get through this book. I guess I should talk about Sirac, the main bad guy. Sirac is a guy that's he belonged to a very secret ancient cult that did practice very dark magic, and he was kicked out of that cult. So you can imagine what crime he committed to get kicked out of one of the most, you know, revolted cults in all the world, I guess you could say. So Sirac's plan is basically purification of his kind. He wants to change the people of the world into what he believes is the perfect race. They're called the Theralor. They're zombie-like creatures, I guess you could say, but they follow orders. They only listen to Sirac or whoever Sirac wants them to listen to. But they can still work and wield weapons and stuff like that, but they don't have minds of their own. They only listen to Sirac. So you can basically imagine invincible soldiers that will fight with their limbs hacked off and things like that. You know, they'll fight to the end. So that's basically what we're looking at here. I think, you know, not to give too much away for the end of the book, but an interesting concept that I think I've written in is that you know, trying to save Delmar without killing anything, or without killing as few Theralor as possible, because there's still people and they're trying to reverse them back into, you know, their real selves, their real human selves. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see what readers' reactions are going to be to that, because it's a little bit different. It's not a big war where everybody's trying to kill each other and, you know, whoever wins comes out on top, blah blah blah. You know, it's a little bit different. So and that's where Kira is going to come in very handy with the stealth and the sneaking and stuff like that. So Timur is another character I should talk about. He's a mage apprentice. He's not actually from the time that Aiden's from. He's from the future. He got a hold of a time traveling jewel and was traveling forward to see how far Sirac's invasion would go, and then he found out about Aiden's sleep for 3,000 years, and Iskandar was guarding him, and then so he went ahead to the time when Aiden woke up, and he brings Aiden back, and yeah, so without going into but Timur's lived kind of a sheltered life. He hasn't had very much interaction with people, so he doesn't understand very much of human body language and, you know, social skills and things like that. These are not things that Timur understands. His parents were very involved in their work, and not so much their son. So Timur has had very little interaction with people, similar to the way Aiden has, but I guess in a different way. Since Timur's, you know, most of his existence was studying books and practicing spells and things like that, and Aiden was much more outside, interacting with animals at least, and farming and things like that, and he did have some interaction with people. So Aiden has some people skills, but, you know, not as much as, say, Derek or maybe Garrison did. But Timur has even less, because all he's known is magic and, you know, his studying and things like that. So so Timur and Aiden have a little bit of a conflict too, because they don't quite understand each other, I don't think. But Timur is there. He's young, he's brilliant, he's you know, very, very book smart, and he's looking to help. He wants to help Iskandar return things to normal in the world, and you know, they have a hard time convincing Aiden of that after what happened. So so that's the character of Timur. I think that pretty much covers it all for right now. So yeah, look for the book to be out by November. I think next time, maybe I'll talk about more characters. Maybe I'll talk about things that I did not write in the book. And I'll keep you updated on the progress. And I thank everybody for the support. It's been amazing, all the support I've gotten from everybody, and the website's going along good, and so are the pages on Facebook. And I just got a page like on the Roar of the Dragon site that I have on Facebook from someone in Oregon who I have no mutual friends with her. So that's kind of mind-blowing, I think. So the word's getting out there. I've been putting ads out there on Facebook, and, you know, using social media as much as I can to promote myself and my writing. So I think that's going to come along very well. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully it won't be so long between shows. I'll keep you posted, and thank you for your support, and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and have a good one, and we'll talk later.